Hi guys, how are you? I'm back and today we're gonna be talking about the new Jouer Cosmetics Making Magic gift set. So I have this set in my hands. I finally decided to purchase it. I saw the set for some time online, but I was just not feeling it, I guess, a little bit. And then Sephora had another 20% sale and yeah, something went really wrong. So I grabbed the gift set. I'm kind of torn apart by the set. I cannot make my mind if I like it, if I don't like it. Some parts I really enjoy, some parts I don't. So if you want to see the review of the gift set, please keep on watching. So first thing first, let's talk about the uni carton. How gorgeous it is. It is a pink uni carton with a golden butterfly on. I think it's really cute and kind of really magical, I gotta say. Inside you have an eyeshadow palette and the eye topper, and they're looking super adorable, super cute, and almost like magical fairy tales. This is not a first impressions on the gift set, it's more like a review, a quick review of the whole set. So inside of the gift set you have two things. The first thing is ultra foil eyeshadow palette. That's how it looks. Really pretty, really beautiful, magical, golden, pink. I don't know, like I like it. I think it is super adorable, super cute, and kind of magical at the same time. Inside you have 12 beautiful, gorgeous ultra foil eyeshadows. They definitely catch an eye and they are gorgeous and they sparkle and they pick up light very nicely. And then we have an eye topper, which is more like a black with some glitter in it. The gift set will cost us $69 Canadian plus tax, and I think it's freaking expensive, if I'm gonna be honest. As a comparison, the regular palette, the rose gold palette that I have, is $50. You pay about $19 for this guy, which I think is pretty expensive. You get as many shades as in the original rose gold palette. You get 12 shades. Yes, they're ultra foil, but the thing is, if you're looking for a palette that you would use as one palette kind of thing, this is not the one. This is more like an addition to some of your mattes, so this is more like a second palette that you would use to apply on your eyes. That being said, I think the shades are really beautiful. They pick up the light really amazingly. They're pretty incredible. The whole palette looks super gorgeous. If I could pick and choose, I don't really like this shade, which is called Glimmer. I just don't feel like it gives enough kick. This is kind of surprising. I didn't expect it to be that pigmented, so this is a beautiful shade. Overall, the palette looks super stunning, and the swatches are really beautiful. I'm wearing the shade 11 by 11 on my eyes as like a kind of a topper, which is this shade, and I hope the camera does pick up the light, because when I look in the mirror, it definitely gives you this beautiful sparkle on the eye. Now the question is, do I have something similar in my collection? Unfortunately, yes I do. Well, fortunately, I guess, yes I do. I have something similar in my collection that has some similar shades, not all, but some similar shades, and it's way cheaper. I'm talking about BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis eyeshadow palette. I think it is quite a similar palette. It is not an identical dupe. It is similar. You're not gonna have all the shade the palette has. Mind you, my palette is broken, so I really don't want to turn it around. It's gonna create a huge mess if I do. This is pretty much how the palette looks. If you get it not broken, you're gonna enjoy it. Mine is a bit of a disaster, but I think it has few shades that are quite similar to the shades we got in the Jouer Cosmetics. So I'm gonna swatch you the shades from BH Cosmetics. The shades don't pick up light as well as Jouer Cosmetics, but I think they're pretty amazing, and for $20 you can't really complain, and you get mattes in the palette. If you're looking for a palette that is more affordable, I would highly recommend you to go for Desert Oasis. I think Too Faced has a similar palette, which is called Gold Chocolate, if I'm not mistaken. It has a whole bunch of shimmers in it and some mattes. Probably would be a little bit a better option than this one because of the mattes. I never tried this palette, the Too Faced palette, so I cannot tell you if it's as good as this one, but that could be another option. I think it's $10 less expensive, like $59 Canadian plus tax, so that could be an option for you. Unfortunately, this palette, as far as I know, doesn't sell separately. Now, this being said, I don't like the topper. First thing first, I really like the packaging. I really like the gold cap. I think it's super cute and adorable. The whole size is like mini size. So the formula is not super consistent. It kind of disperses chunks of glitter here and there. I understand this is an eye topper, but at the same time, it's really looking super chunky. Maybe if it's applied over eyeshadow, maybe I should try that one. I'll go and get the darkest one in there that is called Eclipse. Nope, just not super consistent. The glitter is just all over the place and it's not looking too cute, and it moved the eyeshadow and made it all patchy and not pretty. I'm gonna zoom in closer so you guys can see how it looks on my hand, this swatch. So I hope the camera picks it up. This is the glitter top up by itself and this one on top of the eyeshadow. In both cases it's really inconsistent and it kind of moved the eyeshadow in here. And it's just patchy. So clear, I'm not the biggest fan of the topper. In fact, I think I have a possible dupe that is way less expensive, and I think it's pretty great and very consistent. I have Essence Metal Shock Eyeshadow, and I think it's kind of similar in the shade, but it's way more consistent and I find it way more pretty. And I really rely on this eyeshadow a lot. It doesn't give you the glitter kick, but it definitely gives you like a shimmer, beautiful effect. Every time I wore it, it performed beautifully. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't move anywhere. It is gorgeous. So this is Essence and this is Jouer. I mean, it's not the same, but I feel like it's a better option for way less money. So I think it's pretty damn close. So overall, I really like the gift set just for the palette. I don't like the topper, and based on that, I would not recommend you this set because the price is really steep. Judging from the previous palettes, technically this kind of palette would cost you $50 if it wouldn't be in the set, and it is $69 Canadian plus tax. It's a lot of money. That means that this guy is costing you $19, and it's kind of black too. I mean, it's a holiday. I want something, you know, more fun than just the black topper. I mean, at this point I would recommend you to get probably still a glitter topper or whatever they're called. Probably better payoff for your money spent. Or I would totally recommend you going for Essence. I think they're beautiful Metal Shock eyeshadows. I have a whole bunch of them and I think they're really amazing. They last all day and they're pretty cute. They're not glitters, they're more like metallic kind of thing, so they're not gonna be the same exactly in texture or the look, but they're gonna be pretty close, and they're like less than $5 if I'm not mistaken. Unfortunately, this palette is not sold separately as far as I can see on Sephora or on Jouer Cosmetics. So yes, it is a beautiful palette. Do I think there are dupes for that? Absolutely. I think BH Cosmetics will give you as much payoff, maybe not to the same extent, but as much payoff as Jouer Cosmetics. Also, I think Too Faced Gold palette is kind of similar and has some matte, so that could be a better option. It's also a little bit cheaper. It's $59. I mean, it's not crazy cheaper, but at least you get some mattes, you get a whole bunch of shimmers, so that could be an option. I cannot tell you if it's worth it because I never really had this palette. I kind of never got to buy it. I always wanted to, just never did, so I cannot tell you if it's as good of a palette. My kind of final verdict, I think it is a beautiful palette. I don't think it's worth the money, and you probably can forego it unless you really want the palette for the metallic shades and you don't really care how much it costs. You just want this palette, and I would say go ahead and buy it. If I were Jouer, I would totally release this palette by itself because I think it's better palette by itself than as a set. So this is kind of where I am on the whole gift set. I like the palette. I don't like the topper. I think it's overpriced. I really like the shades. There are dupes. So kind of here everything that I couldn't give you, the whole information. It's all up to you to buy it or not. It's all your decision. This is what I personally think of the set. I hope you enjoyed. I was kind of all over the place. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. You can also follow me on my Instagram, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.